Hello, everybody. Well, that's the cat tree. It's a little bit of a work in progress, and I'm working on it. Oh, Ava. Hi. Today was a busy day. I got my new handicap ramp installed. Super excited about that. And then I got my dishwasher tonight. So very, very, very happy. The Best Buy guys were really great. I felt so guilty. Like they pulled my old dishwasher out and the one guy was like, "You got a vacuum?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he took and he vacuumed underneath my dishwasher and it really wasn't that bad under there. There were like it was just dust and fur. There were no critters or anything at least. And then the other one took a bottle of Dawn and he was washing the walls and everything for me. It was like it was great. It was really great. Um but yeah, so the cat wheel, Billy has slept on it once. That's all that's all the use that's been done with that. Um, I got the new. Remember that pink one? The pink one's in the living room at the moment. But I got the new cat tunnel donut thingy, and all of them have visited it. So it was a beautiful day. A lot of snow melted. And I learned that I'm going to need somebody to come out and do my gutters because absolutely no water was coming from the gutter spout that leads away from the house. But there was a lot of water dripping from all of the corners of the gutter that had no spout. So, yeah, I guess that'll be the next handy person that I look for. I know. It was very exciting. They left so I had a wooden ramp that was I guess a 4x is what they called it. And they had to replace it with a metal 3x. So, and they wouldn't replace the deck part at all. And it was a whole hubbub about the fact that I had this deck even. And their oops, hold on. Their suggestion of it was I didn't understand it when they were going through the plans with me, that it was ridiculous. So I had an entire wooden ramp, and their suggestion was that they wanted to leave my top deck intact and then add a wooden ramp to that went down, and then at the bottom of the ramp there's just a T connection that part of the T goes to the other back door that I have, and then the other one goes to my driveway. Well, they don't do 2 doors, just 1. And because I have 1 door at the top of the ramp, that was my door. And their suggestion was because they don't do 2 doors, they would stop at that bottom ramp part, oopsies, and just do another metal ramp, 90-degree angle next to it, and leave that piece intact. And I'm like, no, no, we're not doing that. I already look ghetto enough around here. No. I'm like, just connect the bottom to the wooden platform. Leave it. Leave the bottom platform. I don't care. Leave the bottom platform intact. Just connect it to it. Just don't do 2 bottom platforms. That doesn't make any sense. Thank goodness he listened to me. It would have been a nightmare. It would have been so silly and so wasteful, and it didn't make any sense. All in the name of saving a couple of bucks. That's what it was. But yet, their logic of it was more expensive than my end suggestion. But until the guy was there and explaining it, I had no idea, like, what he was talking about. Well, and if you didn't notice, since Methany couldn't stay up on her own, I just decided to put her right here. Right here. This is where the banner is right now, because she just couldn't keep it up. Eventually I'll get the banner back up somehow, but the sticky tacky thingies just don't stick to anything I put them on. So I give up. Just digitally sticker right there. Hello, Mayor Wrench McGnome. I like that. Except you should have spelled it CENTS. Oh, I'm so happy. 2 days off, man. I hardly ever do that. Like, usually it's just one day off at a time. Hi, Ava. Yes. Hi, Ava. Yes. But I had appointments, and then after appointments, I had appointments. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Purple Kiv. Hello, Wire Mother. Hello, Lisette Pennette Honey. I was trying to explain the YouTube channel to the guy from Best Buy, and I'm like, well, I run court cases, and then everybody watches my animals play. I showed him the studio. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a big redecoration project, and like everything, like the rest of my house is a total disaster, guys. It really is. It's boxes everywhere. Like everything. I got everything from Amazon, so there's boxes, there's styrofoam, there's plastic baggies. Like everything is just it's a mess. It's a mess, and it's a project. Yeah, but I was showing him the carpet on the walls that I ordered 4 more rolls because this whole wall is gonna be carpet. I'm gonna get those cat shelves. Yeah. Well, you keep having me tip it for you, but then I keep spilling it, and Ava keeps eating it. Whatever. Hello, Charlie. Good to see you. You are my distraction. Hello, Eileen and Carlin. Hello, Otto. I don't know whether to say thank you or to be really sad about that. I know what you were going for, bro. And I mean bro as in I consider him my brother, not bro as in like, you know, bro. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. It's a puzzle. I put pictures up on Discord. It's so funny. The instructions. Oh man, I don't even know where they're at right now. The instructions are somewhere in this mess, in this nightmare. But the instructions say that it's best to have one or two, or to have two or more people install the situation. And Billy and Earl, they stepped up to the plate. They were helping hold the pieces down for me. We'll just put it that way. I did get I got one of the platforms put together with the 4 posts that go on it. And then I realized that the platform was thicker than the rest of the platforms. And I had accidentally screwed 2 platforms together with the posts. So then I had to unscrew all of the posts. I really should just live stream myself trying to put this thing together. It'd be hours and hours of entertainment. Quite literally. Crutches? You're on crutches? And you're dead? Did they put a bell and connect it to your finger with a string? You ring the bell? Yeah. The little helicopter seeds that come off of maple trees, and the leaves from black walnut trees, and probably some black walnut trees that the squirrels have planted. Most likely. Stop it. You cannot nuzzle that without making a big mess. I had the one tree in my yard cut down last year. But there's neighboring trees that I don't get to cut down. Hello, Sandy Herd. Let's see here. I'm so happy you're here, Mayor Wrench McNome. Hello, Sean. Hello, Squishy. You know what? You can get your butt over here and help out. Please? No. At least half of that statement's accurate. We did bond over coffee, though. One of them was from Colombia, and yeah, we got talking coffee. He showed me a bag of green coffee beans that he has, and I got all excited. I was like, coffee! Hello, Mortimer Duke. Bandit does not have a last name or title other than Searing. Well, I don't know. Bandit is probably, since she was my parents' cat, she probably has their last name, but I would never, ever try to make y'all try to spell that. Excuse me. Yep, it's Billy O.T. Earl Grey the cat. My daughter is very insistent that the cat is part of his name. Tiny Kitten Esquire, and then Snitch is the new one. So yeah, Bandit and Snitch don't have extras added onto their names. Oh my goodness, I love you so much. I actually have court. I did actually throw a few things together. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, dag nabbit. YouTube will do that to you. I know, I want those so much. That's actually, that it's on the list. I just have to figure out which company I want to go with. I was kind of Googling them earlier today, but I don't trust people. I don't trust anybody. So it makes it really hard. I've had some really bad experiences with contractors. So it makes it really hard. But I do want those. I want the mesh grate that goes over the top of the screens so that I don't have to have ladders and stuff to get at the leaves. But my new ramp actually has an access path to getting back there. My old one, I couldn't ever get behind the ramp. Now I can, which, so if I ever do need to get a ladder back there or something, it's going to be so much easier. I mean, me on a ladder is a whole nother story, but if it has to happen, I mean, I won't be cleaning the gutters. I will be hiring someone for that. Oh no. Oh, you poor thing. That explains the crutches. I swear, it's always something with us. Did the x-rays show anything, or is that why you need to have the MRI, because they weren't certain, or is the MRI just a backup, you know, pre-surgery plans, or golly. I hope it's something really simple and that it heals on its own without a whole lot of fussing. I'm so sorry. Hello, C-Rex. Sleep sweet, love. Oh my! I don't know what time zone you're in, but hey, you can hang out with us. That's a delightful idea. Well, what's hilarious about that is one of them was named Juan. I don't know his last name. He had a helper, but the other guy was no donkey. Yeah, I don't even know the commercial, but that was hilarious. That was so funny. I'm a youngin', Squishy. I'm a youngin'. Oh, Charlie, you're adorable. Pepperidge Farm remembers. So that's what those commercials were. I had no idea, but hello, Kendall Smith. um, so I have seen it, um, but I didn't watch it a lot or anything. I do remember it though slightly. I was really young. Okay, I am going to have to look up. I'm going to have to look that up. Hold on. A fictional character who has appeared in advertisements. Oh, that! Oh! Oh! I've seen that. I've seen that image. I had no idea. For the National Federation of Coffee Growers of Colombia since 1958, representing a Colombian coffee farmer. Oh, neat. I've seen that image before, but I had no idea that was his name. Occupation farmer, coffee grower. But it's a fictional character. That is really cool. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, tiny kitten. Oh, there we go. Hello, Salty Buddha. Hello, Spider-Man. Hello, it's a Kristen. Joe left the hospital for rehab hospital today. Oh, absolutely, sweetie. We'll send prayers. Doesn't pull what he was doing. Was Joe being naughty? Was he flirting with the nurses? I hear if you check St. Vincent's, you can get a good deal. Goodwill sometimes has them. Yes, yes, or as you commonly refer, stupid o'clock. Tiny Kitten's mad that I put the donut on top of the dog bed, apparently. Are you you trying to figure out what's up? Please don't scratch that yet. It's not done. Yeah. You just hop right in. She's not going to listen to me. She's plotting. She's plotting scratching that. I wish I figured that out before I clicked on that one. I was thinking, oh, you are too sweet. Thank you. The mule's name was Conchita? Oh, you guys are terrible. You guys are awful. No, I didn't check. They were on a schedule. Oh, Deputy Dog said dag nabbit too? Maybe that's where I heard it from. Maybe that's where I got it from. It's stuck in my tiny little brain. And it just stayed there all these years and came out now. El Cabong was the alter ego of Quick Draw McGraw. Now we're getting into some old Looney Tunes. Oh, hi, baby. How can I help you? You just blend right in with the mess there. I almost don't even see you right there. You're hidden. Oh, Earl, are you going to try the wheel out? No, of course not. It's my favorite. It's my favorite phrase. Dag nabbit. Hopefully 5 years of prison. or or that. That works too. See, that's why you guys are my people. Oh no! Oh, it was the meds, sweetie. And the boredom. And him being upset. Oh no. They don't happen to have him on morphine, do they? That's exactly what my brother acted like when they put him on morphine once. And then never again. His every time he had to go in for anything, the doctors were very well aware of his chart. Oh, golly. I hope they're able to get it under control, sweetie. That's just, it's awful that you're going through that. But hopefully, just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, such an awful day. Awful, awful day. My lips are dry. I can complain about something. See, that's where I thought he was going with that joke. You know how they talk about how farmers grow watermelons and beautiful girls and stuff here in the States? Like, that's where my brain went. And then when I clicked on it and I went to say it, I was like, oh, that's not what he means. He's not Charlie. Moi, toi, schwa. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that show in forever. I loved Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Well, there you go. See? Good people. Good people. Dadgummit. I won't be adopting that one. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's more that sounds like something a guy with a handlebar mustache would say. Not me. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Hello, my fairy tale life. Yay! Well, right now this is just the beginning part of the stream where we just do introductions and chat, and I complain about the fact that I haven't put together the cat tree yet. And then we're going to watch court videos. Kendall Smith. That could be right. No. She shaved her mustache. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We are very happy to have you here. We just get together and hang out almost every night and chat about anything and everything. These guys make me laugh. That's pretty much what there is to it. And then we play court cases. Not that I've ever found. No. No. In fact, the best people I've ever met were absolutely raunchy. But they were the kindest, sweetest, and funniest people. You fit right in. All right, so Judge Ricky had a gal in there today, Leah Moore, and he happened to tell her that he doesn't care if she gets stuck scrubbing toilets. Well, in my search for more cases, like trying to find her pretrial or evidentiary hearing or something like that, I just searched by her last name, and I found a gentleman that I had a couple of cases for, also by the name of Moore. And it made me laugh. It gave me the giggles. So I figured I would share him as well. And then I was looking for a hearing on a specific date, and I ended up coming across another one that wasn't what I was looking for, but when in Rome. An old bowl scrubber from way back. What? What? Oh my goodness. She was in one. There was a hearing that I found that I got really excited about because the gal looked exactly to a T like Bethany, but the audio and video were not in sync, and it wasn't salvageable. Oh man. I know. I have great fun with it. I love finding FTCs in Kansas. And because I always get on a trail of something else. I have not. I didn't even know Webby had a new wig. Did she get new glasses to match? No. No, you you haven't discovered that yet? Also go easy on the dried quail eggs. They can have the same after effect. It's what we do. That's funny considering my daughter made her prom dress out of curtains. And somebody actually recognized it as curtains. On your channel? Jeffrey Dahmer's from my state. So is Ed Gein. Or Gein. Ed Gein. And there's actually been quite a few mentally deranged serial killers from Wisconsin. We growing weird here. No. No. Manny doesn't need any help in that department. Really? He's actually someone that if he lived near me and my family, my mother would have befriended him, brought him home. She would have. My mom had some questionable friends. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Aw, thank you. Palmy would agree with you. He's quite fond of cheese curds. And me. A CD-ROM production. I think that's the part that's got me. I mean, I get it. But I haven't heard CD-ROM production in a minute. I'm in Toma. Kind of the opposite direction. Milwaukee's about 3.5 hours from me, roughly. I don't know who Rocky Blyer is. Huh. I'll have to look that one up. Is that another serial killer person? I know. Not like those California cows. we got good cheese because we got good cows. Oh. Not a serial killer at all. Gotcha. It would be a sports reference coming from Mom. We got Car Valley cheese around our area. I've never had Mars Cheese Castle. Oh my, the stats just keep getting more impressive. We got former Steelers running back, toughest fullback to ever play for the Steelers. Super Bowl winner ×4. Quite the impressive resume. That would have been about the CD-ROM era. You can't even get disk spaces on laptops or anything anymore. Tillamook. Tillamook, I have heard of them. But I disagree. I am quite fond. Carvelli cheese. They are good. All right, guys. I'm gonna put the court cases on and run potty. And then I'll be back. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all are on sports now. Now I'm definitely out of here. All right, so we're going to start with Mr. Moore. Okay, I found it.
State of Kansas versus Noah Giles Moore, case number 2025 CR 60. Mr. Moore appears in the office of his attorney, James Watts. Brett Sweeney appears on behalf of the state of Kansas. Mr. Watts, what announcement is made at this time at this pretrial conference?
Your Honor, after discussion with the state, it's my understanding we're going to resolve this by plea. It's my understanding my client would plead guilty to the sole count of the information, possession of cocaine. At time of sentencing, Your Honor, the parties would be recommended the low end of the appropriate box. We believe that will be a presumptive probation box and likely Senate Bill 123.
All right. Would you dispute anything that Mr. Watts just related to the court, Mr. Sweeney?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Moore, you've heard the announcement made by your lawyer that you would now enter a plea of guilty and accept conviction for the possession of cocaine charge. Is that indeed your intention?
It is.
All right. I've got a whole series of questions I need to ask.
Yes, sir.
Taking of a felony plea. If there's anything you don't understand, I'll give you the opportunity to confer privately with your lawyer if you need further advice along the way. Okay?
Speak up so we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
And I agree with your attorney. You do need to speak up. I want to make sure all participants can hear each one of your answers that you give to the court as it asks its questions.
Yes, sir.
State your full legal name for the record.
My name is Noah Giles Moore.
How old are you right now?
I'm 28 years old.
What's the highest level of education that you've attained?
I graduated high school and I had a trade school with Spirit.
Do you believe you're going to have difficulty understanding any of the legal concepts we're going to be discussing in court here?
Absolutely not.
Okay, Mr. Moore, go ahead and let me complete my question before you begin to answer. I know you're eager. I just want to make sure we have a good, clean record here.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moore, have you ever been adjudged to be mentally ill?
Never.
Are you currently under the influence of alcohol or any drug?
I am not.
Are you currently taking any type of prescription medications?
I am not.
Are you supposed to be taking any mental health meds that you are not currently getting?
I am not.
Very well. So you believe your mind is clear and that you have a full understanding of what's going on in court?
Absolutely.
Do you understand the nature of the charge of possession of cocaine as charged in count 1 of the information?
Yes, I do.
You understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you are admitting that very act that's been charged by the state?
Yes, sir.
Further understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you give up any legal defenses that you might have had to that charge?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that in a trial, the state must present evidence against you in open court, that any witnesses must testify in open court in your presence, that you have the right to cross-examine witnesses at your trial with the assistance of your attorney, James Watts, and that you could present evidence on your own behalf and subpoena your own witnesses to court?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that at such a trial, you personally would have a privilege against self-incrimination, which means that you could testify in your case if you wanted to, but no one could force you or compel you to testify against yourself if you didn't want to. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you give up these valuable trial rights that the court has described.
Yes, sir.
Do you also understand that you have a right to a trial by jury? Before you could be found guilty, that jury would have to be satisfied as to your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moore, do you understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you give up your right to a trial by jury and the requirement that you be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have a right to appeal a guilty verdict if you have a trial?
Yes, sir.
Do you further understand that you may appeal your sentence after entering a plea of guilty, but generally you may not appeal your judgment of conviction after you enter such a plea?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the sentence that could be imposed as a result of this guilty plea that you're attempting to make?
I am. My lawyer showed me the chart and gave me a rough, very clear idea.
All right, well, let's talk about that. This is a level 5 drug felony. On the drug offense grid at level 5, in the most favorable criminal history category of I, you could receive as little as a 10-month prison sentence. However, in the worst criminal history category of A, you could receive up to a 42-month sentence. So the sentence range is 10 to 42 months in prison, depending on your criminal history. As you sit today, we do not know with certainty what your criminal history is. You, better than anyone else participating, really should know what your own criminal record looks like. But that would be researched by the Court Services Department. And based on the outcome of their research as of the date of sentencing, that will determine where you fall along this level 5 grid line, and then you'll be sentenced accordingly. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moore, do you understand that if it's sentencing, it turns out you have a person felony or worse record, that you would be presumptive to prison in this case?
Yes, sir.
He was a little bit excited. He's a little hyped up for this hearing. I think he might have partaken before going on the record with the judge, which probably isn't the best idea when you're being sentenced for that. He needs to calm down.
Have you had the concept of Senate Bill 123 discussed with you?
I have.
Could very well be that in this drug case, you may be qualified for a state-sponsored treatment program essentially called Senate Bill 123. This would require you to be mandatorily in an approved substance abuse treatment program for up to 18 months and up to 18 months on community corrections probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you also understand that you could receive up to a $100,000 fine for this offense?
Yes, I do.
In addition to any fine, are you aware that you could be assessed and be required to pay court costs, certain fees, including reimbursement of legal fees and expenses, and restitution to victims, if any are owed, as part of your sentencing orders?
Yes.
You also understand that as a direct consequence of this plea, you will be sentenced to an extended period of reporting probation, reporting parole, or post-release supervision, which is your state parole time that you do after you get out of prison, as deemed appropriate by the court at time of sentencing.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moore, do you understand that both probation and post-release supervision periods generally start at 12 months in duration, but can run up to 60 months under some circumstances?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if there are any special sentencing rules under the Kansas Sentencing Guidelines Act that apply to you, it could affect your eligibility for probation or otherwise affect your sentence?
Yes, sir.
Have you had an ample opportunity to fully discuss legal matters like that with your attorney, James Watts, before proceeding here today?
Yes, sir. I got here early.
Do you want any more time with him privately now before we go further?
No, sir. I think I'm okay.
Are you satisfied with the services provided by your lawyer?
Completely.
Now, this guilty plea that you're attempting to make, Mr. Moore, has it been based upon any threat or promises as to what this court will do in regards to your sentence, or any other type of threat or promise?
Absolutely not.
Do you understand that if there have been any plea agreements between your counsel and the county attorney's office regarding sentencing recommendations, this court is not bound by any agreements made, The court may and shall consider them as recommendations, but is not bound by them. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you, how do you formally plead to the charge of possession of cocaine?
Guilty.
Mr. Moore, according to the state's charging document, this took place on or about September 9 of 2024.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
when it happened?
Yes, sir.
It happened somewhere in Butler County, Kansas. Where was it?
Rose Hill.
In the city of Rose Hill?
Yes, in the city.
In Butler County, Kansas.
Yes.
All right. And you, were you in possession of cocaine on that date?
Yes, sir, I was.
Where was it being possessed? How did you have it?
It was in my right pocket in a little baggie, in a little metallic baggie.
Okay. Did you know it was there?
I did.
Did you know it was cocaine?
I did.
Do you have the legal right to possess cocaine in the state of Kansas?
I do not. Sorry for interrupting.
So do you now freely, knowingly, and voluntarily enter a plea of guilty and accept conviction for possession of cocaine, a level 5 drug felony?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Watts, do you know of any legal reason why the court shouldn't accept your client's plea?
No, sir.
Mr. Sweeney, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Moore, are you aware of a legal reason or any other good reason why the court shouldn't accept your plea of guilty here today?
No, sir.
Court will accept the guilty plea made by defendant Moore.
It is refreshing for someone to just be so matter of fact and honest about it and not try to make excuses. I'll give him that.
And finds that that plea is made voluntarily. He has an understanding of the nature of the charge against him and the consequences of the plea, and a factual basis for the plea does exist. The court finds him guilty and adjudges him therefore convicted of the level 5 drug crime of possession of cocaine. Court orders a pre-sentence report be completed to determine this defendant's criminal history, and the court will set an appropriate date for sentencing. What are your possibilities regarding trial on Tuesday, November 4th, Mr. Watts?
I'm in front of Your Honor at 9, of course, as well as that's our, of course, the trial start day, assuming they go. If it would have to be after about 10 o'clock, other than that.
All right, 11 o'clock a.m.
Yes, sir.
on Tuesday, November the 4th. Court will set the Moore sentencing at that time, Tuesday, November 4, 11 o'clock a.m. Mr. Moore, I'm going to order you to appear at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado, Kansas. That's right across the street from your attorney's office.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to appear at the sheriff monitored Zoom location at that time at the Butler County Judicial Center, Tuesday, November 4, 11 o'clock a.m.
Yes,
As
sir.
a condition of your continuing bond, Mr. Moore.
Say that one more time. I apologize.
Excuse me?
Please repeat yourself.
Regarding the time and date of your sentencing hearing?
What you said directly after the Zoom station for the officer.
Okay, well, you need to be at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado. The sheriff has a monitored location there to conduct Zoom. You need to appear from there on
Okay.
November 4th at 11. Come a little bit early to get checked in with them and get taken to the right place in the building to participate. November 4th at 11 is the sentencing date and time. Furthermore, Mr. Moore, as additional conditions of your bond, you must comply with any pre-sentence investigation assessments that may be needed to be done here. You're likely to be required to do 2 assessments, Mr. Moore.
Yes, sir. I'm setting this on my calendar. I'm listening to you. Yes, sir.
A risk needs assessment will be done, and also a substance abuse assessment of some kind very well may be done. These need to be scheduled and completed well before sentencing so that there's no delays in the sentencing proceeding. If these don't get done, Mr. Moore, I'm likely to hold you responsible for any delays that might be caused.
Yes, sir.
All right. So my suggestion is, Mr. Watts, could you just go ahead and send your client over to the court services office or call
Yes.
them from your office?
Yes, sir. We can do that.
Immediate check-in with them. And then, Mr. Moore, you'll be told what else you need to do to facilitate this pre-sentence investigation and report.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So if you can address that while you're in El Dorado. All right, with that all conducted then, Mr. Sweeney, is there anything else that
No,
we
Your
need
Honor.
to address on Noah Moore at this time?
Sorry, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Mr. Watts, anything further?
Nothing else, Your Honor. Thank you.
You have any questions or concerns to address the court about at this time, Mr. Moore?
No, sir.
Okay, if you'll go ahead and touch base with court services today. If there is nothing further, then the Noah Moore matter will currently be in recess. This meeting may be ended for all this time. Entitled State of Kansas versus Noah Giles Moore, case number 2025 CR 60. Defendant appears from the court security Zoom location located at the Butler County Judicial Center. James Watts appears separately as defense counsel. Brett Sweeney appears by Zoom for the state. This matter comes before the court at this time for sentencing. Docket notes indicate that the defendant appeared before this court on September 12, 2025. At that time, pled guilty to count 1, possession of cocaine, a level 5 drug felony. A pre-sentence investigation was ordered and sentencing set for today. Court does have a completed pre-sentence report compiled by Ryan Smith, pre-sentence investigator, who's also on this meeting with us. I trust each attorney has received a copy of this report, and I'll ask the state's attorney first. Is there any objection to the criminal history which is stated in that report?
No objection, Your Honor.
Any objection by the defense, Mr. Watts?
Your Honor, as a criminal history score of I, no objection.
Court will adopt the criminal history as stated in the report and finds that the criminal history score applicable to today's sentencing is criminal history score I, and the court will proceed further accordingly. Mr. Sweeney, do you know of any legal reason why sentence should not proceed in the Moore case here this morning?
I know of none, Your Honor.
Mr. Watts, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Moore, are you aware of a legal reason or any other good reason why we shouldn't proceed further with sentencing here today?
No, Your Honor.
We'll proceed further then.
He seems slightly toned down at this hearing as compared to the previous hearing.
Counsel, I'm not aware that there's been a motion for a departure or any other sentencing related motion to take up. Does the state have any such motions to pursue?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense, Mr. Watts?
No, sir.
Are there any victims or members of a victim's family who desires to address the court in relation to this sentencing? Court finds no such persons present. So at this time, the court will ask for recommendations from counsel regarding an appropriate sentence, beginning with Brett Sweeney on behalf of the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, on the sole count of conviction, the possession of cocaine, the plea agreement was that the state would recommend a mitigated 10 months in the Department of Corrections. He would have the corresponding 20% good time percentage and a 12-month post-release supervision duration. He does have the 2 days of jail time credit. And this is a presumptive probation case. It's not a Senate Bill 123 case, given the low score on the LSCMI. The state would recommend the 12 months of court services probation that are recommended, with all of the listed conditions, of course, without the Senate Bill 123. If there's treatment, he's going to have to foot the bill for that. Everything else appears to be pretty standard. Pursuant to plea agreement, we're not recommending a fine, but we are asking for the court cost, $400 for the KBI, $200 payable towards DNA fee, and attorneys and bids fees if the court finds those appropriate. That's all I have, Your Honor.
You said that's all you have, but I'm asking is because this isn't a Senate Bill 123 case, and he's only done 2 days of jail in this case, is the state recommending additional jail time as a condition of probation here, Mr. Sweeney?
No, Your Honor, that was not part of the recommendation nor the plea agreement.
All right. Mr. Watts, your recommendations regarding an appropriate sentence?
Your Honor, we join the recommendation. The state is keeping with the plea agreement, and pursuant to that plea agreement, we believe they are appropriate here. Of the mitigated 10 months in the Department of Corrections with the good time and post-release, as noted, as Mr. Sweeney noted, and as I noted to my client when we spoke yesterday, this is not a Senate Bill 123 case as a result of the low score on the LSCMI. He is not, according to the LSCMI, which we rely on a regular basis, frankly, for better or worse, but that's what we rely upon. He's not considered to be a high risk high risk or high needs. He's expected to be successful on probation. That also means, as Mr. Sweeney noted, and again, as I told my client, he is going to have to foot the bill for a drug and alcohol evaluation and any treatment that follows from that on his own, rather than through the assistance of a Senate Bill 123 program.
What do you know about your client's financial resources, Mr. Watts?
Your Honor, I'll inquire directly with my client. Where are you working, sir?
So I work at Firebirds, Wood Fire Grill in Wichita near the waterfront. I work off tips. I'm a server, and so my financial situation is not perfect. I will put it that way. I live paycheck to paycheck, but I will do what I have to do to pay the fees that I have to get paid.
Paycheck to paycheck, you say? You know what's kind of an expensive habit from what I've heard? I don't know firsthand, but I've heard.
How much are your fees in the representation of this client, Mr. Watts?
Judge, this would be billed to bids at $1,100.
Very well. This time, the court will address the defendant, Noah Moore, personally, and I'll ask him if he has any statements that he wishes to make in mitigation of punishment or anything further that he would like to present to the court.
No, Your Honor. The only thing I would say is that if I could just make sure I have time to pay things off, because like I said, I live paycheck to paycheck. I have rent to pay, I have a car note, I have bills, and I struggle to pay those. But if I have to get a second job, albeit I'll get a second job.
Very well. This time, the court will announce sentence in the case. Court hereby establishes count 1 as the base sentence in this case for the offense of possession of cocaine, a severity level 5, non-person drug felony, in which the defendant has a criminal history score of I, thus placing him in grid box 5, drug I. The court hereby sentences the defendant to a term of 10 months in the custody of the Secretary of Corrections, the state of Kansas. On this sentence, the defendant may earn up to 20% of good time credit and would be subject to 12 months of post-release supervision. Court does not impose a fine in this particular case. Court does find that this is a presumptive probation offense under Kansas law. Further, it does appear that it's not a Senate Bill 123 case due to the low score on the risk needs assessment. Therefore, the court will order 12 months initial reporting duration with court services. The defendant must observe all laws, report to an officer as directed. Court will order that he obtain an approved alcohol and drug evaluation within 45 days of today's date and abide by the recommendations of that evaluation. He shall not possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs while on probation. At his supervising officer's request and at his own expense, he shall submit to random breath, blood, and urine analysis testing, gain and maintain employment suitably throughout his probationary term, notify his supervising officer of any changes in employment status, residence, telephone number, or email address within 24 hours of any such change taking place. He shall have no contact with any disreputable characters or places. The court does approve his restaurant employment, even though alcohol is served at such locations. The court orders the defendant to submit his DNA to the KBI databank and be responsible for the cost of the test. The court orders that the defendant shall not leave the state of Kansas without permission from the supervising officer. And obviously, as stated before, he must report as directed, including today. I'll go ahead and address that now. Mr. Smith, what direction do you give Mr. Moore regarding reporting to your office?
I would ask that he just report directly to my office following today's hearing.
All right, Mr. Moore, I'm going to order you to go to the court services office immediately upon conclusion of this hearing, which we're not done yet, But
Yes,
when
sir.
we are, you'll need to go over to the court services officer, meet with Mr. Smith or his representative, and follow the direction that that office gives regarding any future reporting.
Yes, sir.
All right. Got some other issues we need to take up here. The court will assess $400 in restitution to the KBI laboratory, $193 docket fee, $200 DNA fee, $120 correctional supervision fee, $100 bids application fee. And the court will also assess $200 in legal fees, but waive any remainder. If paid out over time, Mr. Moore, the court doesn't find that these modest amounts for bids reimbursement should work a burden or hardship on you, or will order you to start paying $100 a month, beginning with the calendar month of November of 2025 and all subsequent months until paid in full. Regarding the issue of jail time credit, the court does note that the defendant has 2 days previously served. I hope that was unpleasant enough, Mr. Moore, that you don't want to repeat the experience.
I can fully say 23-1 in that holding is awful. So yeah, it was pretty unpleasant.
Right. Well, I would suggest to you that even though this court will not be ordering any additional jail time as a condition of probation, if you don't meet your probation conditions and you come back before the court, you very well may be reintroduced.
Oh, I understand, sir. No,
23-1. He was on lockdown. He must have been an extra naughty boy.
no
to
worries
such a
there.
facility. All right. At some point in the future, Mr. Moore, you may have the right to seek expungement of this offense. Certain statutory limitations do apply. If you have any questions about your right to someday seek expungement, you can address those questions to a lawyer and I'm sure get your questions answered.
Thank
Under
you, sir.
certain limited circumstances, a criminal defendant may have the right to appeal their conviction to an appellate court having jurisdiction. And if such person is unable to pay the cost of an appeal, a defendant may request the court to appoint a lawyer to represent them on appeal and to direct that they be supplied with a transcript of trial court proceedings. Pursuant to KSA 22-3608C, you, the defendant, Mr. Moore, have 14 days after this judgment in court to file any notice of appeal with the clerk of the District Court of Butler County, Kansas. You do have the right to appeal this sentence if the court has ruled adversely to you at this hearing. I will remind you that there's prohibitions against a convicted felon possessing a firearm, and that there are losses of certain civil rights, such as the right to vote, until your sentence is fully discharged. All right. Mr. Sweeney, are you aware of any other sentencing related matters that the court has not yet fully addressed?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Watts, are you aware of anything further the court needs to address here?
No, sir, thank you.
Mr. Moore, do you have any questions about the court sentencing orders?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, you just got a very short walk from where you are over to the court
Yeah.
services office.
Yes.
So immediately report to that office upon conclusion of this hearing.
Yes, sir. Mr. Smith, I'm on the way.
If there's nothing further, then the Noah Giles Moore matter will currently be in recess. This meeting may be ended for all.
I actually kind of think that he may have discontinued his use. His face is a bit more rounder in this hearing than it was in the last hearing. So it seems he's slowed down in life a little bit. I really do hope for the best for him. I hope he continues sobriety. I think not being eligible for the Senate Bill 123, and not being eligible for any of the rehab programs, and him finding out that if he's going to do them, he'd have to pay for them out of pocket. Maybe that'll help him not use. I don't know. I just really hope that that he gets sober and gets the help that he does need.
This time. Versus Leanne Moore. It is case number 2025 CR 178. Jill Gillette appears as Greenwood County Attorney, William McClendon as defense counsel. Separately, The defendant, Leanne Moore, appears from the Greenwood County Jail Zoom location. Information before the court indicates that on January 29, 2026, the defendant entered a guilty plea to count 1, organized retail theft, a severity level 6 non-person felony. Court accepted the plea, found the defendant convicted, ordered a pre-sentence investigation, and set sentencing for today. Court does have a completed pre-sentence report compiled by Jessica Morgan, pre-sentence investigator. She's not present with us, but Christine Donovan from Court Services is substituting for her this morning. I trust each attorney has received a copy of this report, and I'll ask the state's attorney first. Is there any objection to the criminal history, which is stated in the report?
No objection from the state.
Any objection by the defense, Mr. McClendon?
No, Your Honor.
Court will adopt the criminal history as stated in the report and finds that the criminal history score applicable to today's sentencing is criminal history score H, and the court will proceed further accordingly. Ms. Gillette, do you know of any legal reason why sentence should not proceed in this case at this time?
I am not, Your Honor.
Mr. McClendon, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Your Honor.
Leanne Moore, are you aware of a legal reason or any other good reason why the court shouldn't proceed further with your sentencing today?
No, sir.
Court will proceed further then. Counsel, I'm not aware that there's been a motion for a departure sentence or any other sentencing related motion to take up. Does the state have any motions to pursue at this time?
We do not.
Does the defense, Mr. McClendon?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Very well. Are there any victims and members of a victim's family present who desires to address the court in relation to this sentencing? This court finds no such persons present. So at this time, the court will ask for recommendations from counsel regarding an appropriate sentence for Ms. Moore, beginning with Jill Gillette on behalf of the state.
Your Honor, this is a organized retail crime acting in concert with others. There was numerous different thefts across the state, especially in this area. There were 3 instances within Greenwood County. We are asking for the standard term of 20 months as the underlying sentence with a max good time credit of 15%. She is not eligible for Senate Bill 123 due to residency and low risk domain. She has a post-release supervision duration of 24 months with a probation duration of 24 months. This is a presumptive probation case. She scored out for community corrections. We'd ask that she follow all conditions of probation as set out on page enumerated 5 of the pre-sentence investigation, and that she be set up on a monthly payment plan. She does have court cost, DNA database fee, community corrections fee, and correctional supervision fee. Those are 125 and 120. The DNA database fee is 200. There is a booking and fingerprint fee. We'd asked the court to inquire pursuant to Robinson according to the bids, application and attorney fees. We'd ask that she not have contact with her co-defendants. Ms. Moore's daughter was involved in this. I have previously said that she could have whatever visits are allowed by whatever custody cases are currently out there. I think they've been supervised so far by phone only, but that she may start having contact with her child. There is restitution, I believe, for the first date that they were here in Greenwood County. Mr. Sater wasn't with them that day. Mr. Sater was with them on the second day.
So just with the context cues that we've been given, it's a retail theft ring. Her daughter was involved. She's only been allowed supervised visitation with her daughter since by phone, which makes her daughter a minor. So she's winning Mom of the Year right now.
Ms. Moore and Mr. Ms. Moore and Mr. Graham were the only two present on that date. There was some DeWalt batteries and other things taken at Home Depot on that date.
I guess my only question with daughter situation would be, was her daughter stealing with the mother, or was her daughter being used as a prop in the commission of the crime being committed? You know, such as like when thieves put items in the baby stroller with the child, things like that. Either way, it's gross. And I don't like it.
The amount added up to the August 25th, there it is, $1,049.95. We would ask that restitution be ordered for that day. The items on the second day, September 24th, were recovered because they were stopped in the act during the theft. So we do ask for restitution to Home Lumber in the amount of $1,049.95.
Who is the victim?
Home Lumber in
Home
your,
Lumber. Okay,
and
thank
we
you.
that restitution be joint and several with Michael Graham.
All right. All right, Mr. McClendon, your recommendations regarding an appropriate sentence?
Yes, Your Honor, we join in the state's recommendations. Talking to Miss Moore, she's very remorseful about this. She took responsibility and got this case done fairly quickly. She hasn't even been in custody. Well, she's taken in custody at the day of the offense, but she hasn't been in custody 6 months. We're almost there, but not quite. So she admitted she did do a no contest plea, but she took responsibility of this case, and she does have other pending matters, but she plans on getting those taken care of as well. And we had specifically asked that she be allowed to have contact with her daughter again.
How much are your fees in the representation of the client, Mr. McClendon?
Last I checked, Your Honor, they were about $950, not including today's session.
Thank you. At this time, the court will address the defendant, Leanne Moore, personally and ask her if she has any statement that she wishes to make in mitigation of punishment or anything further that she would like to present to the court.
Just that I'm sorry, and I'm willing to accept whatever you give me.
Very well. Court, just make the observation, Ms. Moore, before I pronounce the sentence formally, that the kind of behavior that you were engaged in, this organized retail theft, is concerted and disgusting behavior. That type of criminal activity is not going to be tolerated in Kansas, though some states have become more lax in enforcement on things like this. The businesses in our state need to be protected. Our consumers need to be protected from increased costs because people steal from businesses. And I believe that offenses like this should be punished harshly. Court hereby establishes count 1 as the base sentence in this case for the offense of organized retail crime, a severity level 6, non-person, non-drug felony, that the defendant has a criminal history score of H, thus placing her in grid box 6H. The court hereby sentences the defendant to the aggravated term of 21 months in the custody of the Secretary of Corrections of the state of Kansas. On this sentence, the defendant may earn up to 15% of good time credit and would be subject to 24 months of post-release supervision. No fine is imposed in this case.
And the irony of it is, had she been more organized, she would have gotten away with it.
Given the defendant's long period of incarceration and lack of financial resources at this time. Court does find that in grid box 6H, she does fall into a presumptive probation category. In this case, the court will grant the defendant 24 months probation to be supervised by the Community Corrections Office. Community Corrections supervision is deemed appropriate because of the medium risk score on the WERNA instrument. Conditions of that probation will include reporting to an officer as directed, observing all laws. She shall not possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs while on probation. At her supervising officer's request and at her own expense, she shall submit to random breath, blood, and urinalysis testing, perform any community service work pursuant to any program requirements, gain and maintain employment suitably throughout her probationary term. Ms. Moore, I want to make this perfectly clear. You will have an above-the-table job with a regular paycheck and withholdings. No under-the-table work will be approved by this court. I don't want any suggestion that you're receiving money in any way except through purely legitimate means with proper documentation and record keeping. I don't care if you have to scrub toilets somewhere,
Yes,
but
sir.
you're going to have a job that has a regular paycheck. If you're not able to achieve full-time employment, I expect you to work as many part-time hours as you can. The court will order the defendant to notify her supervising officer of any changes in employment status, residence, telephone number, or email address within 24 hours of any such change taking place. The defendant is ordered not to have any contact with the victims in this case or any co-defendant in this matter. The defendant shall submit her DNA to the KBI databank and be responsible for the $200 cost of the test, abide by any curfew or travel restrictions imposed by her officer, avoid disreputable characters or places, not have in her possession firearms or dangerous weapons, follow all standard conditions of probation, make monthly payments in a manner acceptable to the court, which I'll address further in a moment, and that she shall comply with any and all requirements of the interstate compact process. Defendant is ordered to pay the felony docket fee, felony probation fee, community corrections fee, the DNA database fee, $445 booking and fingerprint fee, and restitution in the amount of $1,049.95 to Home Lumber Eureka, joint and several, with any and all co-defendants in the case. I'm not sure when to start your payments. I see that you have pending cases, Ms. Moore.
Yes, sir.
You're going to have to take care of these. Probably
I-
have other holds on you.
I definitely will.
Following the month that you are released from custody, I'm going to require that you pay $100 a month on these obligations as a minimum.
Okay.
So not the month you're released from incarceration, but the very next month, I'll expect a $100 a month payment and every subsequent month until your case is paid in full. Court has not issued an order regarding jail time at this time. I will do so. I see from the face sheet of the pre-sentence report that the defendant has already served 176 days in custody. Ms. Moore, you've already lost 6 months of your life locked
I
up.
know. I know.
And you're probably not going to get released because of possible other holds, but I'm going to go ahead and release you from custody on this case at this time so that you can start taking care of your business elsewhere, which I hope is handled promptly, so you can start reporting to an officer. At the conclusion of this hearing, we're going to leave the meeting open for a moment to allow you to visit with Christy Ashenfelter from Community Corrections. She's on this meeting with us. She'll talk with you and give you direction about what she expects from you now that you've been placed on community corrections probation. So follow her directions. All right, Ms. Moore?
Yes, sir.
Again, 176 days of jail time credit is awarded. I'll advise the defendant that she may have the right to seek expungement of this offense in the future. Certain statutory limitations do apply. Ms. Moore, if you have any questions about your right to seek expungement someday, you can address those questions to a lawyer and I'm sure get your questions answered. Under some circumstances, a criminal defendant in Kansas has a right to appeal their conviction to an appellate court having jurisdiction. And if they are unable to pay the cost of an appeal, a defendant may request the court to appoint a lawyer to represent them on appeal and that they be supplied with a transcript of trial court proceedings. Pursuant to KSA 223608C, you, the defendant, have 14 days after this judgment in court to file any notice of appeal with the clerk of the District Court of Greenwood County, Kansas. You do have the right to appeal this sentence if the court has ruled adversely to you at this hearing. I will remind you, Ms. Moore, that there's prohibitions against a convicted felon possessing a firearm and that there are losses of certain civil rights, such as the right to vote, until your sentence is fully discharged. I do want to make sure that it's clear that I'm not going to restrict you in any way from having contact with your child or children.
Thank you.
So if there was a previous restriction in effect, it's no longer in effect.
Thank you
And
so much.
hopefully you can rebuild that relationship. All right. I'm looking at my notes from this sentencing. Ms. Gillette, are you aware of anything further that the court needs to address?
I am not at this time. I think I've checked all the boxes.
Okay. I want to make sure I reiterate that I don't intend to assess any bids amounts to this defendant. She's got a considerable amount of restitution and costs otherwise, and I don't see that she may have the financial resources to support herself legitimately and also pay on these costs. So bids amounts are waived. All right, Mr. McClendon, are you aware of anything further that needs to be addressed?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Moore, do you have any questions about the court sentencing orders?
No,
All right, stay on the meeting. We'll leave
Yes,
it
sir.
open so that you can visit with the community corrections officer. All right. There's nothing further
Thank
then.
you.
The Moore matter will currently be in recess. All other participants except the defendant and Ms. Ashenfelter can leave the meeting at this time.
I do like that Judge Ricky held off until the very, very end to let her know that he was not restricting contact with her and her daughter. He let that be the carrot over her head for the whole hearing. So, yeah. So we had the Moors tonight. All right, guys. I am super tired. I'm sorry. But I wanted to come on and spend some time with you. And hopefully tomorrow I'll have progress made on that mess back there. Pearls. I'm a pearl. I love you. Thank you guys so much for coming out and making me laugh and letting me have the best night. It was so great to hang out with you guys. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.